Hi, my name is Linda Morin. I am here at Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida, where I'm doing my life change program, my 3-week life change program. This is my 3rd time coming here, and I've always promised myself that I would be coming here every single year because it definitely changed my life completely. You see, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007, and I had to go for a double mastectomy. That was the most difficult thing to ever go through, and I remember sitting there and the doctor telling me that I had breast cancer and I had to have a mastectomy. And the only thing that entered my mind at that time was my 2 boys and my mother. At the time I was going through a divorce, so I was a single parent. My boys were 9 and 16 years old. My mother had lost her mother, her great aunt, and her sister, all of breast cancer. And I was saying, how am I going to tell my family? I called my doctor and I told him, I said, I made my decision, I will have a double mastectomy. He said, that's a good decision. I said, then why is it you didn't tell me before? He says, as a physician, I cannot tell you to have a double mastectomy because you only have cancer on the right breast. And I explained to him, but I have so many cysts on the right breast that it could spread. He says, yes, that can happen. During that time, during that week, everything went on, getting ready for my surgery. That day of the surgery, I knew it was going to be my last day with my breasts, so I held on to them and I didn't want to forget how they felt. 5 days later, got out of the hospital. I was home. The nurse would come in every day to drain my drainage tubes. And after the 8th day, they removed my bandages and the tubes. Once she left, I finally got up and I had the courage to go and look at myself in the mirror. The moment I saw myself in the mirror, I didn't know who that person was. Who was she? Here she was standing there, and she had a long scar going from one end, from one armpit to the other armpit, with 3 holes in her chest. And I thought she was the most disgusting thing you could ever look at. Here I am, a single woman, alone. Who is going to want me? I no longer have breasts. My womanhood has been taken away from me. I'm lost. After that, for 2 years, I've never once looked at myself in the mirror unless I was dressed. So I decided not to have breasts. It was hard. I went through a deep depression for that year because I felt bad. I wasn't a woman. I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't feel feminine. So somebody had told me about Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach to go there. I couldn't really afford it, but then yet you cannot put a price tag on your health. So I called up and I says, I would like to go. She told me a little bit about the program. I booked it for February. And here I was, I came, and I remember Dr. Brian Clemens, he had said that I was this lost soul, and which I was. I was an angry, angry person. I never spoke to anyone. I never laughed. My kids were always telling me, Mom, why are you so angry? And I couldn't figure it out. Why? It's because I was angry at myself. I blamed myself for cancer. I was saying there had to be something that I did that caused this. Why did God punish me for this? What did I do that was so wrong for me to have cancer and to lose my breasts? Went to Hippocrates, and one evening there was a doctor that was there, and he was from Paris, and he was doing a lecture about breast cancer and about lymphedema. There were 75 people in the room, and I shyly raised my hand and asked a question. I says, I've had a double mastectomy and my chest is really swollen. What can I do about this? And he said, come down here and I will examine you. I went down and he asked me to remove my top. And I said, what do you mean remove my top? There's 75 people in this room. He says, well, if you want me to examine you, I'm flying back to Paris tonight and this is your chance. So I sort of looked at everybody and I said, is everybody ready? And like I said, I thought I was the most disgusting thing. I've never looked at myself and I never allowed anyone to go near me. But something told me in my head to go and do it. So I removed my top and the room went silent. You could have heard a pin drop. And all at once, he started examining me. He started massaging my chest, my stomach, my liver, my back, and I could feel, they could see, all the people who were around me watching him do this, and they said that they could actually see the lymph nodes being moved. It was amazing, and then the swelling went away. Once this was all done, I had so many people approach me and telling me how courageous and I was their inspiration and I was beautiful. And I never saw myself that way because I was this angry person and I was disgusting and I wasn't a woman. And then I'm having all these people approaching me and telling me this and complimenting me, which I thought that I was never. So I went and I started meditating, and this thought approached me. And I went to see Dr. Brian Clemens and Anna Maria, and I said, you know, I have to write an article about the experience that I had. And I said, it was amazing. I said, I feel that I'm born again. I'm free. I'm a new person. I says, I've never felt the way that I feel right now. And I says, I have to share it to the world. But I said, I have to also, and I says, I want to do one more thing. And I said, I want to show myself to the world. I says, I don't want no woman to live the way that I've been living for 2 years, ashamed of who you are. I said, we should be proud that we are a cancer survivor. We should be proud that we are here and that we have a second chance. And I says, I want to write, and I says, I want to show myself to the world. And he said, Linda, let's do it. It's never been done. My book is called The Courage to Look Beyond. It's available at Hippocrates Health Institute in their store and also on their website. It's also available on Amazon and on my website, which is thecouragetolookbeyond.ca. Just go under my contacts and you could order it from there, and I would be very happy to sign it for you. If you have any comments or any questions, or you would like to contact me, my email address is also there. I wish you health and happiness.